What is going on, guys? We are now going to cover how to figure out your real target audience in the Advertising for Beginners program. We're going to get into step one right away. First things first, what market are you in? If you can't properly address this question, or if you haven't properly done the market research to figure it out, now would be a great time to do that. We're going to start focusing on four things. First things first, you got to figure out the basic data on the market as a whole. It doesn't matter what your market is. What matters is the market that you participate in. What does the data show as far as who is a part of it? That's going to be stuff like age, gender, location, all things that we covered in the last video that you can use to target effectively on these different online platforms. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't matter if it's Google or YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, whatever. All of this information you have the ability to use in your targeting if you're going to run paid ads. The next thing to take into consideration, or at least what I like to take into consideration, is income and price sensitivity. Income and price sensitivity are two different things. Income obviously relates to how much money someone makes. Price sensitivity is how much comfortability people have with prices of the things they buy changing. So if we think back to COVID, right? Over the course of that 3-ish years, gas prices doubled. Over the course of that 3-ish years, grocery bills doubled. The cost of goods went way up, right? And a lot of people, myself included, were surprised to see just how crazy prices could change. Now, price sensitivity is at what point you get snuffed out of the market because of the price changing so much. Or alternatively, how much bigger the market gets because pricing has come down so much. So price sensitivity is incredibly important to take into consideration, because if you take into account price sensitivity and you can undercut your market and you have a better product than the market already has to offer, then you will immediately skyrocket your sales like no tomorrow, regardless of income demographics. However, if you are in a high ticket arena, income obviously matters because people need to be able to afford it. But if it's a great value, given the cost, again, you will skyrocket your sales like there is absolutely no tomorrow. So, next thing to focus on here, you got to review and analyze your existing data. And one of the things that you can do to really create leverage here is get feedback from your paying customers, or even the people who didn't buy from you, right? If someone is a good fit based off of the targeting, but they just don't want to move forward, that doesn't mean that they're a bad quality customer or that they're a bad lead. What matters is your product and market fit is off for that person, or in that instance in particular. So one of the things I highly advocate people doing, especially if you run lead-based businesses that are high ticket, or if you have high ticket e-commerce products that are, to say, direct to consumer goods, whatever, if people are constantly looking at your stuff but they never buy, ask them about themselves, because it's going to give you a good read on what the holdback is or what the setback is. Maybe people are interested, but they can't afford it. Maybe people are interested, but they're skeptical, right? Maybe they just need educated. A lot of groundbreaking products come across as odd, or kind of, has a certain degree of skepticism because of the fact that it's new and it's disruptive. But if it's something that's run of the mill, you have to take into consideration other things, right? Is it a flavored product? Is it the aesthetic? Is it the brand behind it? Like, all of these things make such a huge difference when it comes to being able to grow a brand effectively and profitably, right? And it all boils down to product market fit. If you have good product market fit, then you will be able to efficiently grow profitably because you have that alignment. If you do not have good product market fit, that is very bad, it is very inefficient, and it is incredibly expensive. I cannot reiterate that enough. You cannot fit a square peg in a round hole without force fitting it. And the more you have to force fit, the more damage and the more loss. So please, please, please make sure that you are getting a good read on the customers that you're wanting to service, or that have been serviced by you, or the people you sell products to, or people who have interest in your product who haven't bought, because this will give you the insight you need in order to really get ahead. And that's what I want for you as a part of someone, or as a part of the group taking this program, is I want the best for you. That's why I'm spending the time doing this. That's why I'm doing it for free, and why I need you to have the knowledge at your disposal so you can get the results you want through spending the time here with me. The third thing to focus on, and this is really more just a principle, but bad targeting will always kill a business. It will always kill a business. It is the saddest thing that I have seen time and time again, people not understanding their target audience until it's too late, people not understanding what effective goal is and just burning money because they're thinking that that's going to solve all the problems. It never does. We're super conservative with how we do what we do. We've been doing it for 12 years. We know that you don't need to spend an ass load of money in order to get good results if you have the fundamentals right, which is what I'm teaching you here right now. If product market fit is achieved, it is profitable when there is alignment. There is no doubt about it. You cannot get around this. This is the core most fundamental of targeting. It is profitable when it's in alignment. I'm going to show you actually an example with an existing client here in a moment, exactly how we did it and how we proved it compared to their in-house media buyer in next to no time flat. Lack of product market fit will cost you lots of money. And we're just going to go ahead, get right into all of the nuances here, because once you figure out your key demographic, it's going to drive down costs. And I'm going to show you examples right here. So this is a client that sells high ticket e-com. All right. They had a pre-existing cost of $425.33 per purchase with their campaign. We cut that cost down by $145, right? What that allows us to do is 2.5x their purchase volume with the same amount of money, and all we had to do was figure out different demographics or different interests within their core demographic that they shared amongst everybody, right? So in this case, this person is selling high quality, high ticket fake plants, and we weren't targeting much in the way of plants. In fact, you can even see that it was amongst the least profitable to go after, right, as far as the target interests. And one of them we didn't even run because it didn't even work. What did work, though, is people interested in kitchen mixed with income demographics, home design, home goods stores, right? These are where the cost per purchase was the cheapest and ultimately yielded them the result that they wanted. So here is a prime example of why alignment with your target demographic makes so much sense. Just because people know you exist doesn't mean that that's what their largest interest is. And that's what so many people forget whenever it comes to marketing. There needs to be alignment. Like, for instance, whenever in this case we were targeting housewives, we were targeting people interested in G-Wagons who were women, who were 35 and up, who also had a high income in Pilates. That doesn't mean they have interest in fake plants, but it generated sales, right? Same thing with home design. I think we were testing better home and garden, restoration hardware, all this type of stuff, not fake plants. So this is a prime example. We're going to get into the next lesson here in 1 minute, and I'll see you on the other side.